So welcome back here to SurvivalWorks. Last time you saw us kind of choosing materials from the landscape kind of based on things like sun exposure, wind exposure, elevation off the ground, really just kind of taking into account the big picture of where we were choosing our wood from. Once we have chosen that wood, I like to basically lay out my stuff in category of size here, just for the ease of putting it all together. So I could go ahead and build a little teepee fire or a structure that I could stick a match into and that would light right up. But also for the sake of just being able to show this to you, I wanted to lay it out. So we're going to light it up. We've got some really nice dry grasses, perennial stalks, I should say, from along the water's edge, moving into different levels of pine. And then, of course, at some point you want to get away from the softwoods, the conifers and such, because even though they light very well, they don't produce a lot of actual heat, a lot of BTUs, British thermal units. So I'm moving up here into maple, which is a harder wood. It could be oak, hickory, elm, all kinds of deciduous trees. So let's go ahead and light it up. One way that you might find as a convenience factor is to basically just create a little, there we go, a little airspace. So I just put one stick across and I lay these on top. That gives me a nice little spot where I'm going to be able to stick my match underneath of there. Next materials on top of there. If I pack these all, too dense, then I might as well have gathered a big stick, which I know isn't going to light. If I spread them out too far, then too much airspace. So it's kind of finding the balance between fuel source and air. As long as you have the right materials and that right combo, you should be good. And of course, watching the wind. It's got very still, so it seems like a good time to light. So when I got my match, I wasn't way up here when I lit. I wasn't standing up. I was right down there with my fuel, so that match had the most protection, went right to the right spot at the moment that I needed it. And I can take my next size sticks, start putting those on. Next size sticks again. Working my way up to the bigger stuff. And like I said, even though I could have started with a teepee, you don't really have to start with that structure. And if you really like the teepee structure, it'll just start to form naturally as you add wood on, kind of in this fashion here. Very nice. So get out there, practice, get the right materials, put them together in the right order, and remember there's no such thing as a failure as long as you're learning from the process that you're working with. So, either take notes mentally on what's happening or get a journal out and keep track of your efforts. And it doesn't matter if you know the species or not. I named off a lot of stuff, but you don't really have to know that. Just kind of go for the principles at first, dry and the sizes and such. So. We'll see you again here soon on the SurvivalWorks blog. Thanks for joining us again.